Waiting on us, hotter than Marie Sharp. When they bump on me thing, well, out when the fun start, y'all. Me no come for play, me no come for skylark. Should I know me intention from the very hey, y'all. Me like the way you perform, the way you grab on me cocky, turn me on.
Soca
Vibes,
Soca vibe.
vibes,
Soca vibe.
vibes.
All right. So today, y'all, we gonna get straight to the point because right now, we've been all gassed up on an amazing weekend of football. You know, some teams got the BTA, some
Yep.
teams did their thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh,
hmm
as this video is being filmed right now, Miami just got done defeating Notre Dame. I'm just curious to know what like how you felt about that one.
Um, Pretty much how I felt about Miami beating Notre Dame is pretty much like they were up 7-21. So I feel like they left their foot off they took their foot off the gas once they got up 21, like 21-7. It could have been a BTA. It could have been a BTA, but I feel like they took their foot off the gas. And then I also saw like a friend of mine was at the game and he
Mhm.
was saying that he felt like because they play so much hype music that it got them out of their element. It got the U out of their element where they got to like days ago they got to, oh, we gonna win this. We the U, we gonna win. We in Miami, we gonna win the game, and they almost lost the game. Luckily they have a good kicker, but other than that, like
It looked like he almost missed that kick.
yeah, it did. It did. It almost looked like he missed it, but I'm just like, bro, like that's the thing I sometimes where it's like being from Miami, that's some of the times the reasons why I can't fully put my heart into Miami teams. It's because like when you got the formula to win or when you up winning, this is called football. This is not called, let's not run up the score. We trying to run up the score. We're not trying to have somebody come back, run up the score.
The damn score.
Exactly. Like I don't care if the score is 50-7. That then tell their D coordinator to play better defense, to call a better defensive scheme. But I just felt like tonight for Miami, it's just like they have like it was a win. Yes, be happy that you got a win because it's not easy getting a win in football, especially since football is a violent sport. But I feel like they have a lot of things they need to work on. They need to stay like learning how to be locked in for the full 60 minutes. They just it's just there's things that they got to do better.
I agree. I agree with you. And you know, I'm not a U fan, but I'm not against the U either. I
Mhm.
always had respect for the U, but I do feel like the foot off the gas thing was what it was tonight. And I kind of want to, mix it up. So I want to start here.
Mhm.
Naomi Osaka versus Coco Golf. Now, what are your thoughts on this, man? Because I feel like we got
Mhm.
two amazing African American females, what I'm saying, in their own lane, but they have to meet. They have to meet. That's the part about tennis that seems to be, what intrigues everybody because it's
Mhm.
mono y mano.
Mhm.
Even in the duos, you gotta hold your half of the court, just like the other person gotta hold their half of the court.
Facts.
So what are your thoughts on this matchup, and what are you really expecting stylistically? Like, who do you think is going to be the aggressor, and who do you think is going to kind of like shy away in the moment?
So pretty much how I see the Soka fam is if you guys don't know, Naomi and Coco played together or played against each other 6 years ago, and Naomi Osaka won. First of all, I want to say shout out to these two amazing black women. Shout out to both of them. They're both like young tennis players taking their career into their own hands. Um, I feel like they did so far in their careers, they both have did great things in their own rights. You know what I'm saying? I would say Osaka is probably a little bit more accomplished than Coco. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say like pretty much how I see this match going, in terms of who's gonna be the aggressor. I think Naomi um I think Naomi is gonna pretty much be like the shyer person and that Coco is probably gonna be the aggressor. Just cause feeling like, okay, you lost 6 years ago to this woman and pretty much like, you're playing her again. And for the simple fact of the matter is like, okay, when Naomi Osaka beat her, she showed great class. She showed great, sportsmanship as far as in like letting her do the interview with her,
Right.
post game interview after they, after the match was over. But I just feel like, Coco feels like, okay, I'm a better tennis player now. Like, I'm better now. So
Um,
the fact of the matter is that Naomi Osaka is coming off of, she took some time off. She had a child. So, she's coming off of that. So she's trying to see if she could do what she did before. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, now, okay, the doubts in her head, okay, because it's like a lot of women stop sports. They're playing a sport. They stop to have that child, then come back. It's not an easy transition. You go through some women go through postpartum. They go through, gaining weight and then trying to lose that weight. And then sometimes some women lose weight, or they sometimes, it's either two things that happens to a woman during her pregnancy. Either they're gonna gain weight, or they're gonna lose weight, or they're gonna stay the same. So it just depends upon you know, however this match go. But for me, I would say I probably would have to go Coco.
Okay.
I'm going
Okay.
Coco.
So you a lot like me, man. When it comes to that, I like to see a good underdog story. You-
Mm-hmm.
I like to see growth in individuals. I don't always kind of gravitate towards the individual that's accomplished, because I think people tend to get lackadaisical when they are accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that same hunger might not always be there. And
Facts.
one reference I can refer to is a great Conor McGregor. When
Mm-hmm.
McGregor was on top of the world, he was on top of the world. But
Mm-hmm.
when he took a step away to do the boxing thing and go to pursue more funds and money, that's where his focus kind of got lost. He was already making the big bucks after that Floyd fight,
Mm-hmm.
and it put him in a space where, like, I don't even have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Facts.
what am I doing this for? But every now and then you would hear his name pop up. But I
Mm-hmm.
think Khabib situation did a number, and it just
Mm-hmm.
kind of changed him. And now he's all
Mm-hmm.
about that liquor, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
making money off his name now. He's a
But you
brand.
see, yeah, but you see, it's like, okay, like with him, it's like, okay, not only was he getting paid the big bucks after that Floyd situation, now
Mhm.
it's like, bro, I'm getting paid hundreds of $1 millions a year, and you want me to go get punched and kicked in the face,
Not happening.
and not happening, bro. I'm not doing that.
Mm,
Like, it takes like the mental will it takes, like, to basically, like, if you take like a Floyd Mayweather, if you take a LeBron James, where
mm,
they're 20 plus years into their career and they're working as if they were like a dog. They didn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were broke. They were broke. They're working like they're trying to get their first, big deal. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Because that's hard to do. And it's like, okay, Osaka is the accomplished one. Coco is working to get there. And it's like, okay, you know, as Naomi, I feel like she hasn't, she has a chip on her shoulder, and she has stuff to prove to herself, but it's at the same time, it's like me, I'm thinking Coco's gonna, like, she coming out to, like,
She's
draw
really
blood, 'cause
yeah.
Coco's young.
Yeah. She's from
I've been
that to now, you can already see the growth and maturity in her game.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So I
facts.
was watching the match the other night, and I was like, okay, the lateral quickness is
hmm
there. And what she prides herself on is her speed. You know,
hmm Bro,
I feel like,
Coco, bro,
yeah,
she's 21 years old, bro.
yeah, still got so much more game to play. But now she's definitely considered a veteran at this point,
hmm
because soccer is not like, oh, not soccer. I said soccer. Tennis,
Osaka.
tennis is not like any other sport. You can really
No.
jump in this game at a young age, and whoever got the better knees,
hmm
saying on that day,
hmm
can
Bro,
determine a
that's
lot.
true. Because Osaka 27.
Yeah, she's still fairly young but old at the same
She's
time.
she's young, but I'm just saying, like, Coco got that fresh legs, them fresh knees. She still got the mega knees. Coco still, Coco still got the mega knees. Okay, Osaka might not got the mega knees no more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? She done had a baby, so it's like, you know, Coco is like, it's like you said, like, once you good in a sport, like those individual sports, you could go pro at a young age.
She's what you call a prodigy, ladies.
Exactly. So she could go pro at it. You think about it, 6 years ago, Osaka was 21.
Mhm.
Golf was 15.
Mhm. It's a different game we about to
A
witness.
different game now. Now she a
Oh,
grown woman. She
yeah,
playing grown woman versus grown woman.
you're right.
Okay. She done got that grown woman stress now.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
So
we gonna
it's
see.
just like, Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's
And
just,
this is tomorrow, right?
it's tomorrow.
Okay, Soko fam.
So it's just like, I feel like this is what I want to see. I'm not gonna lie. I would want Coco to win, but ultimately who I want to see, if either Coco or Naomi win, I want to see them. I want to see them play Taylor Towns, man. Need that.
Oh,
Need
so
that Taylor Towns
she
man.
advanced on her side, huh? She advanced on her side, huh? Do you see a latency between us?
Nah.
I feel like okay. It seemed like it was a little latency, but my question to you is, she's on the other bracket.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay,
But she won her match.
right. So what is she ranked? Like what, 11 or 13?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, because also, shoot,
She's number one.
number one.
Well, she's number one in doubles.
Okay, in doubles. Okay, because doubles is a little different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Doubles, you earning your keep, but when
Mm-hmm.
you in singles, is a little different. Now, with that said, I say we should run that video for Soccer Fam and kind of show them.
Dang.
So,
She's 139th in singles.
okay, that still ain't too bad. You know what it
Mm-hmm.
is? That's a good underdog story. And she
Mm-hmm.
just propelled herself with that situation. She propelled
Exactly.
herself. So
Exactly.
the people
Same.
talking about you, whether it's good or bad, they still talking about you.
Exactly.
So I still want to see that because from that match, oh man, they was
Exactly.
going at it. They was going at it. They was going at it. She got some good lateral quickness too. So we'll see. But you got that clip of Osaka and Coco?
At the match.
Yes, with the first time they played.
Let me pull it up now. No, I'm about to pull it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because that one, it seems like
6-3, 6-love.
Oh, she looked like a kid, a baby.
Well, quite wonderful to see.
Like a child.
Naomi Osaka
21.
said in her press conference, we try and listen in again. Yeah, Naomi Osaka said in her press conference that she saw Coco as a quiet girl that she wanted to talk to and wanted to support, and doing so right there.
Yep. Bro, it's the fact that she's not American, but
Coco,
they love her, though.
This crowd absolutely loves you. Wipe those tears away.
Bro, she's a young prodigy, bro, young guy.
Tell us what Naomi told you at the net.
She told me that I did amazing and good luck, and then she asked if I could do the on-court interview with her, and I said no because I knew I was gonna cry the whole time, but she encouraged me to do it.
Hey, JP. What's going on?
You're only 15,
Imagine
Coco. This is
you're
your first
15.
U.S. Open in the main draw.
Bro, she still gotta go to school, bro.
Yeah, she still got to go to school. That's a whole different pressure aside from her being a female prodigy.
Exactly.
And now I think this is her moment. She's arrived.
Exactly. There's no distraction.
Right. Now, if Osaka wins tomorrow, right, I'm not mad at that either because that'll just show her dominance and her consistency. Mm-hmm. But if Coco wins, it's a new sheriff in town.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new sheriff in town. So I'm going to be tuned in. Will you be tuned in, Mr. Starboy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we'll be back with y'all on the
Yeah, they play
So,
one tomorrow.
mm-hmm. Yep.
So that was
I'm gonna have
2019.
my site. I'm gonna have my site pulled up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was 2019, Brody. 15, bro. First US Open 15. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be great. You gotta be great to do that.
Exactly. That's super tough.
It's not too many 15-year-olds you could find hitting with a forehand and a backhand and having
Mhm.
agility to do all of that like that.
Bro, that's a different type of conditioning, bro. The amount of condition, and you got to think about it. You 15, you a kid, so you probably not eating the best food. That's like the best food to be in the best shape. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure at that age, I'm not saying it was every day, but I'm pretty sure Coco was eating McDonald's and stuff like that. Like she's still a kid. Like
I
kids
just got,
still be kids.
I just got this weird feeling, bro, that
Hmm.
Coco Golf might be Haitian, man.
I think she,
I
I,
don't,
I think she
I
might
don't,
be, but
don't quote me on that, but I just get this kind of like this feeling from her that she might be just some type of islander, you know?
mm,
I know Naomi
not.
got a little Zoe in her.
She's not. She was
Is it
born in Delray Beach, Florida.
come on now? They gotta
I'm not,
update that. They gotta
huh?
update that.
Bro, she's from Delray, bro.
Del Rey,
Delray Beach.
that's close enough. That's close enough. You know, we Islanders, we will welcome her with open
Hmm.
arms, need be. But yeah. To transition, this one right here is a
Hmm.
little on the crazier side, bro. This one, I keep on trying to inject myself in this situation and kind of like think like, what the hell would I do in this situation right here? What would I do in this situation right here? What would I do in this situation right here, bro? Men finding out it's not his kid, bro. So this whole situation right here throws me for one because the lady decides to bring the 6-year-old to his house, right?
Hmm.
This is all in the process of him finding out that this 6-year-old didn't belong to him, right? Now check this out. After finding out the 6-year-old doesn't belong to him, she brings her brother, she brings her mom along with her, as well as the 6-year-old child who's been asking to see him. Now, in that case, right,
Hmm.
man, and you have this like you formulated love for this child, assuming under the assumption that this is your kid, right? How do you play that? How do you go about that? Do you let your hurt overwhelm you, or do you kind of play the bigger person in that sense, or like do you still embrace the child, but then kind of like say whatever about whatever the mom put you through? Like how you rocking in that situation?
Um, well, for me, I feel like what he did was correct. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like he acted any way he shouldn't have acted. First and foremost, you know, um, a lot of this is happening a lot now. Like this is becoming more and more of a. It's not more of a. It's like it's becoming more of a usual thing than a rare occurrence. Um, where women are not too sure who the child's father is, and then they end up, because one of the guys that they were with during that time period, they know that's loyal, so they put, the child on him, and he doesn't, think, oh, it's my child. He thinks it's my child. He doesn't think anything about it, and then you got to think about it in the man's case first and foremost. After he found out, why would I want any dealings with you or the child? Because now it's like I just wasted 6 years of my life pouring into a kid where I was buying them something. I was doing all this for them. I was making sure they were straight. I was making sure you were straight. I was co-parenting with you. And then all of a sudden now you're telling me is like it's not mine. And then you have the audacity to bring the child to my house, not only with your whole family, but then when I'm telling you to leave, you talking about people are talking about, oh, come on, don't do the kid like that. Why would you do that? Like, because first and
Yeah,
foremost, if you're the
that's
mom,
manipulation. They trying to manipulate that.
exactly. First and foremost, if you're the mom, you're putting your child in a bad predicament. Your child is 6. I'm not saying they understand the whole world yet, but that's your job. That's not your dad. So what you trying to do? You're trying to have the kid think this is my dad still, and then only fuck up the child even more. Because it's gonna get to a certain age where the dad's gonna be like, "Yo, you're not my child. Like, you know that, right? You know I'm not your real dad." So it's just gonna fuck it up even more. Now I could understand had they been dating and she had a child, but they're not dating and she doesn't have a child. So not only did you mess up the situation, you brought other your people's there, and her brother was like, "Oh, don't talk to my sister like that." What? What? Automatically that equals hands. Because it's like, as a brother, you can't even defend your sister in this point. How can you defend her?
Yeah, she moving wild. She
How
moving
can you
wild.
defend her? That's something she did. You get what I'm saying? And the
Mhm.
fact that she did it is like, bro, how you gonna fathom that? Like, it's the fact that like you don't even know who the dad's child is. You doing that because she wanted to see you. Well, you should have told her that's not your daddy. That's
My
not your daddy.
question is why they brought the scene to him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Bro,
Matter of fact, Soko, I got the video right here.
bro, you remember the meme? That's not my dad.
Yeah, he said, "You're not my dad." Let's see here.
You've been her daddy for 6 years. So I'm a daddy that she know.
The last 6 years, hold on, sis. The last 6 years, you had me thinking that this baby was mine.
I told you I was sorry. I apologized about that. Mistakes happen.
So he's just supposed to accept the sorry.
For her life.
You're right.
Has a
I'm sorry,
party.
baby.
This video baffles me every time.
Y'all need to leave. Y'all need to leave. You're not gonna talk to my sister like that. Talk to your sister. You're not gonna talk to my sister like that, bro. Leave, bro. Like I said, bro. Leave. You're not gonna talk to my sister like that. But you
Oh my god.
You're making the situation worse. You done brought all these people.
Look like
y'all need to leave. Bro, y'all need to leave.
What do you mean you're not going nowhere? Huh?
Y'all need to leave. We're gonna talk about this later. She's staying in this car. She's staying in this car. And we're gonna talk about it later.
We're gonna talk about it later. There ain't nothing to talk about.
Mm-mm.
There ain't nothing to talk about. At that, I'm calling the police, bro.
But yeah. I like what the young lady said in the she said she could stay, but y'all need to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, even then, as the guy, you kind of like, damn, if this kid stays, that's still the attachment that's formulated. But then at the same time, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was in between a rock and a hard place, and you could tell he's not trying to make that scene, but
Mm-hmm.
scene was already being made.
Facts.
So
Facts.
that one right there, that's still bad. Soko fam. Stood up for y'all, man. I couldn't even tell you how I would possibly react in that situation due to the fact that, like, I don't know if I would react in anger.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if I would just like take a more nonchalant approach and be like, shut the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they brought that to your front door.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
So, yeah. Yeah. That's a hard one right there, man.
For sure. Hard pill to swallow.
And what makes it worse, bro, is that like when the problem is brought to you and then you start getting a little irate, the narrative spins on you like you're the aggressive guy. You know what I'm saying? Because brother shouldn't have not even said nothing. Brother, like you said,
I don't even know why he was there.
Like you said, bro. Talking about sister like that, man.
It's not like it's not the only way brother should have gotten involved was if he was trying to put hands on his sister.
Right. Y'all popped up at this man's door.
Exactly. In my crib. Like, my house, mi casa.
Yeah, yeah, all that. That
The lacai.
yeah, like I man, like how you gonna do it at my like if we met up somewhere mutually to
Exactly.
us, hey, like I understand, like you're no longer like the father of my child,
Mm-hmm.
but is it okay if we meet up and sit down somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than popping up at
Mm-hmm.
I almost said the N word, popping up at somebody's house, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You could have gave him a call in advance. Give him the option to want to decide whether I still want to pursue you or not.
Mm-hmm.
That was not even given to him. He was put in a situation where he just opened the door and the drama right there. Man, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, he handled the situation the best way he could.
He could. He did. He did. But I'm
Because
just saying, I'm not. I don't know who the young lady was at the door. I wasn't still gonna let her in. I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna let her in because it's like now
let the child in.
you said what?
You wouldn't have let the child in. You saying?
Nah, because you opened another can of worms.
But then think about
Well,
it like,
I'm heated. I'm
like
heated. So she there. I'm not going to have no type of dealings with her.
think about it like this though. The
Mm-hmm.
child gets the door closed in their face, right?
Mm-hmm.
The child is thinking, "Wow, the only dad I've ever known just shut the door in my face." Now you left that child with like a traumatic experience. So I think the sit down with the child would have to happen regardless. But the only
Mm-hmm.
thing is, it shouldn't have been like that.
Mm-hmm. But
It
what I'm
should.
saying is, this is what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure what happened was she probably was blowing up his phone.
Uh-huh. He didn't answer.
He wasn't answering. After she done told him what she done told him, I'm pretty sure he hung up the phone. He
Mhm.
probably blocked her.
Mm.
Then all of a sudden, she done showed up at his house with her whole family. So I'm pretty sure he like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Like, why
I'm
is this?
curious too. Like even like in that moment in the family's mind, like did not a switch hit on one of their mind? Like maybe we shouldn't be here.
Maybe we on the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? So we're just like, you see what I'm saying? If he wasn't a good dad, you wouldn't have called or you wouldn't have come.
Man,
So if he wasn't a good dad, you wouldn't have come. So I get the whole child being scarred and everything, but it's like if you're the mom, you scarred the child anyway.
type.
You scarred the child anyway. You allow the child to think this was her dad. You never questioned it, and then when you found out, and you didn't tell him right
The
away.
thing is, the mom had to know. The
Hmm.
mom had to know. Come on.
Exactly, because it's like how she just after 6 years, how you just found out.
Yeah. Very, very suspicious. Yeah. And you know what?
Hmm.
Another thing I realized too is moments like this get
Hmm.
swept under the rug.
Fact for sure. It always gonna get swept in the rug though, because in society, don't get me wrong, like it's more single moms than there are single dads, and majority of the part, yes, I get moms play a crucial part. No, I would never say like one thing. Shout out to moms. Shout out to any mom, single mom, any mom in general. They play a crucial part in life because they are the nurturer. But men, a lot of things men do in life goes under the rug, or things that happen to men go under the rug because it's not it's supposed just it's just what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We're just supposed to deal with it. Supposed to deal with the emotions, go through the emotions and deal with stuff. But
You have expectations put on you already
exactly. If it's
prior to you even like figuring out
Mhm,
yourself. You're
mhm,
you're
mhm,
supposed to do that. You're just supposed to do. You're obligated to do something just because you're a man.
mhm. If it's vice versa, you're not getting that. You already know it's done. It's vice versa. If it was vice versa, oh nah. He would have been on it'd have been everywhere.
Man, he would have been uh, man trending, trend
Hmm.
like that right there is like we saw that right, but I had to scroll a little bit to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When stuff like that happens and the roles are reversed, and you look in a comment section, this is why I say the internet is not real, and people just have to kind of, go to the beat of their own drum, because if you so worried about what that person has going on to then
Mhm.
leave a nasty comment, right? It just shows me that like you're very wrapped up in this, because let you go outside and that
Mhm.
man, you in that situation, majority of folks would not,
Mhm.
speak on that situation, or like better yet, go up to that person and be like, oh, you a man, you supposed to look out for that kid, or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be. So
I'm telling you, bro. Because if it was him in that situation, they probably would have brought this girl on a bunch of different podcasts, let her
oh
get monetized of the situation, tell her side of the story. As a man, you really not gonna get to tell your side of the story. I'm really
no,
not.
I think I sent you something this week where it was like where the kid
Hmm.
is sit down with their dad and he's like, are you ready to hear the
Hmm.
real story? Now the thing is, there's two sides to every story, you know what I'm saying? And I try to stay neutral or indifferent on certain matters, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that one right there, it just seems like there's no way you can be,
Hmm.
neutral, you know what I'm saying? That situation, it shows you what we've come to now these days.
Hmm.
Now, I'm gonna leave that at that. To transition,
Hmm.
seems like every topic that we have tonight, it seems like it's very like controversial. Rather than a Naomi and Coco situation, we got Young Thug.
Hmm.
We got Mr. Young Thug,
Mr. Jeffrey.
Mr. Jeffrey. How
Hmm.
do you feel about this, bro?
Bro, I don't know, bro. This situation is really crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy that I don't even know what's going on. First and foremost, you had the situation where he was in jail for a couple of years, with the whole racketeering and stuff like that. Okay. He was in jail with Gunna. Gunna gets out of jail. Gunna drops music fire. I'm sorry, listen. That album he dropped um was fire. I'm sorry.
Now, he
The
definitely got that ear. He got that ear.
Yeah, no, he go. I believe Gunna is better than Lil Baby. That's just my personal opinion.
Listen, you don't get no debate from me.
Hmm. So he was snapping, on his last album, the one he just dropped recently, but then the album he dropped before where he had I forgot what song that was. But it was pretty much it was everywhere. Everybody was listening to that. Everybody's listening to that song on Soca Fam. I know what song I'm talking about. Um when is the album One of One? It's a song on One Night. That song
Okay,
was, you know,
that
everybody
was
was
the
listening
one,
to that.
that one for you.
No, I'm saying that was playing everywhere. On One Night was playing everywhere. But what I'm just saying is like, okay, you had that whole situation. You take the Young Thug situation. Now Young Thug says Gunna's new album that he just dropped last week, Friday, the last one, that you donated, that you bought $50,000. You paid $50,000 in fake streams to make his album number one. If you don't fuck with the man, why would you do that? Like, I don't get it. If you don't fuck with him, why would you allow, and I'm sorry for the cursing, but if you don't rock with this person, why would you allow him to be number one? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's a
Like,
different role, I guess. I don't know,
but $50,000, you know what I could do with $50,000?
but that's money he could wipe his ass with.
You're right, but
Oh,
but but I'm just saying, like, I don't get it. Like, okay, if Young Thug's dad said that Gunna is cool, then how is Young Thug saying he's not cool? You get what I'm saying? So it's just like it doesn't make sense. Like, anytime they ask Young Thug about the whole Gunna situation, he doesn't really say anything in interviews. But it's like, okay, Young Thug, what are you doing? Nothing. You haven't did anything since you got out of jail. There's no music. At
he
least
did
everybody.
a project.
And Young Thug didn't drop nothing.
Young Thug ain't dropped no music.
Young Thug ain't dropped no music. Not one song. Not name song. He did not drop one song.
Check. Let me see
Other
if
than
I-
a future, other than a
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, so he's featured on something though.
Yeah, he featured on something with Future. But what I'm just saying is, majority of most rappers that get out of jail, what do? Drop a first day out song.
Yeah, they got a little project. Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
that.
nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's nothing. Like I don't know what is the point of this? Like, and then all of the tweets that Young Thug is coming out with, like it just make it look like worse because it's like, while you over there doing that, Gunna is just leveling up. The man was when we first met Gunna was big. No Diddy, he was big. Now the man slimmed up. He opened up his own gym. He started a running company. Um, his music is at the best. He's dropping the best music of his career. His career is taking off. It
Yeah, he
seems like after the snitching allegations came out, his career is taking off this way. While it seems like Young Thug was up here and his career is going down here, and Gunna's career is going this way. If you look at Lil Baby, the songs Lil Baby drop is not how they feel, how they used to feel, or it doesn't have that same feel to the songs, or it just become repetitive. Like for example, like it's like the baby, like the baby is a great artist, but sometimes it felt like the music was repetitive. Like it just felt like you were gonna say the same thing, or it was gonna be the same flow.
it's hard to bounce back after a song like Shug. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It,
No,
it's
that's true.
it's one of those things where it's like you come up with so many great hits, right?
Hmm.
How do you ultimately follow up? And like I think every artist you ever will interact with, they all kind of like change over time. Their sound changes. It's like they're seeking and searching for something more. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
want more. They're looking for a different melody, a different sound, right? Prime example, my favorite group, Outkast, right?
Hmm.
Andre 3000 had me hype. I'm talking about hype for this upcoming project that he was releasing, right?
Hmm.
No, bruh, man, ain't rap not one rap on the project. Buddy played the flute the whole time. You know how vexed I was. You know how vexed I was listening to this, but I had
Hmm.
to eventually like understand this is all a part of his creative freedom. This is him being the version of him that he wants to be in this time, right? So
Hmm.
I can expect the same
Hmm.
outcast that we got when they was in the basement.
Like not
You
the same person.
is not the same person. And I notice he does things to kind of keep himself grounded and kind of
Hmm.
remind himself of who he is. Like he goes to the laundromat, right? You $1 million man and you go to the laundromat.
Hmm.
That's his way of staying grounded. They
Hmm.
say they spotted him walking throughout Atlanta just playing his little flute.
Hmm.
Then this would throw me for one. The man drops a project, right? And goes on tour, does like a little concert, right? For his project with the flute, right? And he made
Hmm.
mention that he doesn't really hit the same note twice. So pretty much everybody on the tour is getting a different sound or different. And how you naming these songs if you're not able to hit the same note? So pretty much we're getting a bunch of bull jive,
Hmm.
my personal opinion.
Hmm.
Now that doesn't discredit the
Hmm.
man he is, but it's just not the same.
Hmm.
So as far as this Young Thug situation is, I see you're more so looking at it from the standpoint you're judging him from his body of work, which is very respectable.
Hmm.
But what I'm trying to get into a little bit, Starboy, is the fact that like we hearing you know more than just
But that's
labels.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even just saying only his rap career. I'm saying like his whole like okay, Young Thug. When you think of Young Thug, you think of Young Thug as a brand, right? So everything that you do surrounding around you is affecting your brand. All of these tweets that are coming out that of Young Thug putting is like, bro, we know nobody. You can't say somebody hacked you. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't just be like, wake up one day, oh, my Twitter got hacked, bro. We seen, or my ex, sorry, but like we just seen a bunch of different things coming out now, and it's just like from Young Thug that was like, okay, you were silent all this time, and then now you're saying certain things that don't make sense, and I could go, pull up them tweets, I could
Yeah,
go pull up them tweets.
Yeah, man. Twitter. See, that's another thing with the whole
Mhm.
internet, right? And Twitter.
Mhm.
You know, when I was younger, I had a Twitter, right? I made a Twitter in 2009. Me just not knowing how to use Twitter, I could barely spell. You know what I'm saying? At that time,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just typing up little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure out what Twitter was about, right? Every time I see like an old tweet or something, it make my skin crawl. It make me
Mhm.
cringe because it's like I've developed into a different individual. I'd like to represent myself in a better manner, in a better way, but those digital footprints don't leave you.
Mhm.
So why the hell all these artists want to go on Twitter or all these platforms and say crazy bull jive and expect the receipts not to be there?
Bro, it's there.
It's there. It don't go nowhere.
It's there.
And then, you know, it doesn't help when you say crazy off the wall stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It don't at all.
It don't help because now this stuff is not being used against you in the court of law, but to your street credibility that you've worked hard for is no longer going to be available to you because now you got the likes of 6 9s and you know
Mhm.
other artists who are like, you know, I'm not going to allow them to slander my name and you not get your whooping too. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So now you hearing like court oh no behind the scene audio with him and
Mhm.
Peace and excuse me. It's just a lot. Like where is
Exactly.
this all really coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like I understand they said you had 9-year probation or something like that,
Mhm.
but I'm starting to see
Mhm.
how that little deal came about.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't claim to be no in nobody's streets.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If you catch me outside, hey, how you doing? But let me move around. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because when you claim something, now it becomes your identity to the
Mhm.
masses. And now you might be trying to keep up with an image that you never wanted to
Exactly.
have in the first place.
6 9.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime example.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't his lifestyle. And
Mhm.
then it got to the point where Buddy was getting extorted, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's not that's not in nobody's interest, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's not.
And then you want to snitch them out now that you don't realize you got extorted.
Mhm.
You should have just stayed in your lane.
Mhm.
Music and like they hot on music, what they call that? What what would they be the Boricuas be listening to in New York? What they call that? Reggaeton. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If that was your lane, find it, cool out. But you go from aggression, inwards this, inwards that, da 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 da. You popping your stuff, right?
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden, when people try to pull your card, you're a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? You got
Mhm.
two lifestyles, and it's hard to maintain because one is actually affecting this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than just coming in genuinely and just being your authentic self. But then I hear stuff like this, Starboy. It's like
Mhm.
you got individuals who go into the industry, right? Mentally, they're
Mhm.
going, I want to be a star. I want to be this. I want to be that. I have
Mhm.
these goals for myself. But it seems like it's always somebody at the top of the mountain that's ready to either spit on you or kick you down.
Mhm.
We got the P. Diddy, you know, we got these major people who like Cat Williams say, they almost want you to do something strange for some change.
Mhm.
That ain't good.
Exactly. At all.
You know the benefit of living in apartments, man, now these days is you know, you hear a little commotion and you're like,
Mhm.
and I looked around for a second, like, what's going on around here? You know, but that's none of my business. But yeah, so to continue, I think well before we leave that topic,
Mhm.
wish the best for Young Thug. Wish the best for
Same here.
whoever, you know, Atlanta.
Mhm.
Got a lot
Oh,
going on. Got a lot
yeah.
going on. Got a lot going on. And then, you know, every so often you got a new artist dying, and it's just a lot to
hmm
keep up, man.
Bro, it's that street persona that they like portray, and it's like, bro, you make millions of dollars, you don't have to be street. Like,
No,
you don't have to be. What did Kanye do? He got himself out of Chicago.
got out of Dodge, man.
Like,
You don't want to
people in
stay
your hood, people in your hood not gonna love you if you're a millionaire.
there
They want what you have. It's called jealousy. It's called envy.
unless you feed in your community.
Exactly. And even when you feed in your community, still
Yeah,
somebody can feel like you ain't feeding them enough.
enough, right? It's like your hand is out,
hmm
but your hand is so far out that it's trying to
hmm
take the next man's pocket.
Exactly. And then when you say that no that one time,
Yeah, they ready to rip your
it's,
pocket.
it's about to be an issue. Because you
Mm,
see, the community don't want to help you. They just want the money. You know what I'm saying? Why am I help you? And this is what people don't understand. Like, the rappers put all these people on, and it's like they're part of their entourage, but these entourage members are not doing nothing for them.
mm-mm. They look
Nothing.
at them as security. When
Exactly.
time now
So
you
you,
see one of your dogs when you could have went and just got some actual security.
hmm
And you talking about
exactly,
free, bruh, when all you had to do was hire the actual security, and bruh would have been free.
exactly. So now you hiring all these people or all your homies, you got them on your payroll, and you paying them, and then they can't afford the lifestyle you live in. So you
Mm,
paying for all those expenses, and you paying them for extra stuff for being your security, and they ain't doing nothing for you. You the one that's losing money. So
You know what? 9 times out of 10, like you got a situation like, let's say you out of
hmm
town with your homeboy. Y'all don't know the area like that.
hmm
Somebody already got the drop on you. They already know you're in the city. They already know where you're going to, where you're
hmm
headed to. You know what I'm saying? And your homeboy is not gonna be able to peep the scene like that and be like, they coming from XYZ or whatever. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you don't know how to move in somebody else's city. Why not
hmm
hire security? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you are the brand, you are the mogul, you're the guy making all that money, you could
hmm
get you some security, man.
hmm
So it just kind of like throws me for one, man.
Facts.
It just throws me for one. But to transition, we got what football games impress you the most?
For me, I would say that Texas, Ohio, right? And the
Um,
only reason why I'm going,
oh, I was asking why.
the only reason why I'm going Texas, Ohio was because I have a news fast for you, Soka fam. Texas is not a good team. Texas
Mm,
is not a good team. You see what happened when they played at Ohio State? BTA.
mm.
BTA.
You know, I'll I'll allow you to talk like that because I mean, we saw what
BTA.
we saw. We saw what we saw, right?
hmm
Now, what I will say, watching that game, play calling was not up to par on Texas end.
hmm
Play calling was very minuscule. Like I was like, damn, like you would think they got all the weapons, right? They should
hmm
at least be able to scheme up something, but it just seemed like
hmm
the play calling was not there. And then they was stacking the box up on them. And I was like,
hmm
damn, they really, I feel like had Archie Manning a little shooken up,
hmm
but I think he's gonna bounce back. I don't think they're a bad team. I think they just went against the best team. You know,
hmm
and they're not there yet. You know,
But he's not like what people don't understand is like Arch Manning is not that good. He's not that good. Like he started 2 games last year. He's not that good. People overrate put like he's overrated. You get what I'm saying? You know
mm,
what it is? He's a stereotypical quarterback. The NFL wants 6'5", 6'6", you know. It's just that like for me it's like, I'm not saying that he can't be a great player, but it's just like, bro, you just got this team and you were behind somebody last year. You're behind somebody for a reason. You need reps and you need time to get better. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like for me, I just feel like Arch Manning, he has a lot to work on, like they were saying that Texas was the number one team
yeah,
coming into this season. And the real number one team just show you what the number one team looked like.
So you
And
feel like they drunk the Kool-Aid? You feel like
they
they
they drank the Kool-Aid way too early. They were like literally they called this man literally the first pick of the NFL draft coming out.
yeah, and he ain't played
He only started 2 games.
well, it was I thought it was like 6 snaps or something. But yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they'll be good. They'll be all right. Some
But
teams
this is
get their engine revved up at different speeds. You know what I'm saying? But next week they're gonna have to go ahead and they gotta rack up a couple, and then now they're gonna, go back and scheme. But I think they won't fall too far
mm-hmm,
because SEC, man,
mm-hmm,
they've been putting some stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
And I like that. Like it almost used to feel like
Mm-hmm,
how boxing kind of feels today, where you have all these good ass teams
mm-hmm,
and nobody wants to play nobody. They kind of keep them in this conference. You keep them in this conference because for the longest time, Notre Dame, I don't even think they're in a conference.
nope.
You know what I'm saying? So now you get to come play Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
Why was y'all everybody was ducking each other for so long? Let's bring the action here now. We're gonna figure out who the number one teams are. You know,
mm-hmm,
who has the better program. But I will say this, bro. Me, I think, and I am definitely biased on this. The best game that we seen this week was my Florida State against Alabama. That one right there, I was so pumped up due to the fact, like Tommy Castellanos, right, the Florida State quarterback. He made it known. This is what we're gonna do to Bama. We're not gonna play with Bama. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and bring out the belt, and you know what I'm saying, show
mm-hmm,
them who's who. Now, granted, it was a part of my heart where I felt like
mm-hmm,
hopefully he could back this up because he's talking cash money shit. He's talking cash money shit. And the thing is, what concerned me was Bama has built up so much hype, and I
mm-hmm.
feel like sometimes later on in the game, the refs will call Grimas and Bull Kaka, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of keep them alive. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was Soko fam, a
Mm-hmm,
year or two ago, right? Florida State was really good. We didn't lose a game, but we ended up not making it into the finals due to the fact that they wanted to see Alabama in there. So this game meant more to us because it was like, okay, since y'all want to slide those guys in, you know what I'm saying, just because that's who y'all like to ride with,
mm-hmm.
let's show y'all what's really going on over here. Now, granted, last year Florida State looked like doo-doo. I, as a fan, I was like, I can't watch no more. I can't watch no more. But the boys are back in town. So don't see.
I mean, nobody afraid of Alabama no more. They don't even got Nick Saban no more. Nobody
Mm-mm.
afraid of them.
Mm-mm. They rolled over. It's
Exactly.
sweet over there. It's sweet over there in Alabama.
You know they say roll tide.
Roll your ass up and go back to Alabama.
So
That's what
roll
it
tide
was.
is nobody afraid of them anymore. Man.
They came to tally and found out that they tally up all their points and get the hell up out of town.
For sure.
You know? So, excuse me, Soko fan. I'm just a little pumped up because that's my squad, and they handle business. I didn't see no Alabama slander, like you know what I'm saying. Usually, people will kind of sway different ways. We were underdogs. Everybody loved Bama. Everybody support Bama. Bama boosters. Bama this. Bama that. Roll Tide. Da 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 da. But yeah, the nose came out to play. But to transition, Ray calling out Shay Shay. Now this one right here is unexpected for me because I like the unity amongst us black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like us to be copacetic, work together. But right here raises little eyebrows, and hey, take the floor, my boy. Take the floor.
So pretty much, fam got this video of Ray Lewis, basically calling out Shannon Sharpe. If everybody's not too familiar with it, there was a situation a long time ago. It happened like many years ago where Ray Lewis and Shannon Sharpe got into it over the Cam Newton, the Colin Kaepernick Ning situation on Undisputed. And I don't think they pretty much seen eye to eye since then. But here's a clip of Ray Lewis on a podcast and saying like, he really doesn't rock with Shannon Sharp no more. And that, if people don't know Soca Fam, Ray Lewis and Shannon Sharp used to be on the same team. They played, for the Baltimore Ravens when Shannon Sharp after he left the Denver Broncos. So here goes the clip.
Shannon Sharp, did you think he was one day going to be a good TV guy personality?
Yeah.
So you knew he was made for TV?
Yeah.
And would he say he's going to do it?
Yes, he had already started prepping.
How much before he retired did
He'd been started.
Oh, so he's known he's going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So you're not surprised by the success he's having with his podcast and TV and him and Skip and Stephen A, all that stuff?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't in a million years, the things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon will say or do anything.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some stuff in his family that he didn't want to follow that. And then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're gonna take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom, and a lot of times, and a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower, everybody wants to be popular, everybody wants to make money, but that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him. And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that? Really? And I would never, ever. Why? Because of the respect that I have for my mother, my daughters, my granddaughters, life, period. And I think men, given these new platforms, we've overrode what the platform is actually for. The platform is supposed to help somebody find a new direction. We don't help. Everybody just gets on. Like everybody's talking now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody's the new marriage coach. Everybody's the new relationship coach. And ain't nobody coaching themselves. Because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death? And that's why, me personally, yeah.
Okay, so my personal opinion on this, bro, I feel like something had to be said. Something had to be said for Ray Lewis to feel like that. A nerve was struck with something Shannon Sharp must have said or did. Now I understand the drinking thing. He said something in the family or whatever should have caused Shannon not to take that route, right? But I think what it is when business and finances come to play. You know what I'm saying? That's when you find people doing things they don't normally do. Now, when it comes to liquor, your numbers, alcohol always puts you high up there, especially if you have a brand and is a seller. You know what I'm saying? He's a businessman, right? So I don't think Ray should really discredit him for his business acumen. But at the same time, I get what Ray is saying, but he didn't really go in depth for me to feel like, okay, what is Shay Shay doing to make him feel like that? It was very vague, and I felt like there's some underlying truths to whatever he might be saying, but what ultimately makes you feel like that? You know what I'm saying? He never said that Shannon did him any type of wrong. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't really agree with his values or his morals anymore, which is totally fine. But to kind of make it almost sound like, you know, it was kind of judgmental in a sense because when I look at Shay Shay, I see a flawed man, but who is not flawed? Who doesn't make mistakes? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Ray's perfect. Ray damn near killed a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's reformed, so it's like I don't think he really has a heaven or hell to put Shay Shay in. But
Mm-hmm.
I see how nobody's ever going to be the same person that they were when they met you 20 years ago. I
Mm-hmm.
don't expect you to be the same person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to like the music thing. Like you don't expect the artist to continue making the same product. You know what I'm saying? If you want a different result, you change. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I
Facts.
agree partially with what Ray is saying, but I
Mm-hmm.
need more context behind the whole situation because something is
It was,
missing.
so pretty much what the context was, if you don't remember, there was a when Colin Kaepernick was getting when he basically got blackballed by the NFL, right?
Mhm.
They had a situation where Ray Lewis was saying basically like he felt some type of way that um I don't know what team Ray Lewis was a part of in terms of he had influence in, but basically like his girlfriend not Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend at the time, had tweeted something, and then she was saying like Ray Lewis was like, we were about to sign him right now, but because she tweeted this, we're not going to sign him. You know what I'm saying? So it was that issue, and it was the issue where he was just like saying like you know that Colin Kaepernick he shouldn't have been taking a knee. You know what I'm saying? So, Shannon had an issue with that, and they went first. I mean, when he was on Undisputed, and it was a whole situation around that. So
Mhm.
that's pretty much what it stemmed from. Now I thought they had got closer, but it's just like the same thing you said. Like now, don't get me wrong. There are certain points that Ray Lewis makes that are true. Like, but at the end of the day, everybody sins, right? We all sin, like we all fall short from sin. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like one person is better than the other. Okay, Ray Lewis, you gotta understand you're on a different journey than Shannon Sharp. Not everybody goes through the same journey in life, right? So it's like, for example, right? I'm pretty sure Shannon Sharp, when he was playing football, he didn't think that he would be the global icon that he is now. He didn't think that people would know him from football less than they know him from being an interview host on Club Shay Shay or Nightcap. He didn't think that, people don't even know that he's a Hall of Fame tight end. People don't even know he's a Super Bowl champion, a 3-time Super Bowl champion. People don't even know that. People don't know that when he retired, he was considered the greatest tight end ever because he held all the tight end all the tight end records. He still holds the single season tight end record in a game, which is over 200 something yards. So people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what people don't understand is like, Ray, you gotta understand this. Nobody's gonna be the same 20 years ago that they were when you met them. First of all, during football, I'm pretty sure, Shannon, like he talked about, he pretty much didn't, he ate healthy when he was in football. When he was in football, he gave it his all. It's a seventh round draft pick. He gave us all during football. So of course he probably, I don't know about the family situation because I don't know Shannon directly, but he's not playing football anymore. So why can't he not drink now? Maybe that's a decision he made. He's not playing football anymore. He's 50 something years old. I'm pretty sure he probably think like, yo, I didn't enjoy my life back then when I was younger. Let me enjoy my life now. I now have the money to do it. You know, like literally, him and his brother talks about, Sterling Sharp talks about their upbringing where,
Yeah.
the pee outside. They had to do outside. Number two, outside the house, there wasn't no bathroom. They never had indoor plumbing. He didn't have indoor plumbing until he was a grown man. And when it used to rain, the rain used to come inside the house. So now I'm older. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. Okay,
Right.
so
Whether
it's
they're negative or positive.
exactly. So it's like, okay, yes, Ray Lewis, I get the whole, everything Ray Lewis said as far as in, are you
There's
speaking
validity.
death? Are you
There's
speaking
validity.
life? Exactly. Like I get that. You get what I'm saying? Like some parts of his messages are true, but you can't like why are you trying to say like you don't rock with him because of that? Like did the one thing that made Shannon Sharp blew up from the media standpoint was the Cat Williams interview.
Right.
His interview put him on a different trajectory as far as in every single guest wanted to go there because that year, that one podcast episode had over 50 million views.
Let me ask you this.
Mhm.
I'm sure you don't like everything I say. I'm sure I don't like everything you say.
Mhm.
But it's not gonna make me not want to fool with you
Mhm.
based off of that. If you
Mhm.
decide to become Mormon tomorrow or vegan or transgender or whatever, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna change the way I
Mhm.
interact with you due to the fact that that's a personal choice. People
Mhm.
change, things change. I might be a little confused,
Mhm.
but of course, there's always questions to be asked. But
Mhm.
I'm not gonna switch
Mhm.
up like that. Like if we was once cool,
Exactly. But then it's also like I said, Ray Lewis, you got to think about yourself in terms of being your own walking contradiction. You have Shannon Sharp's number. Pretty sure you
call
do. Call him. Like I'm pretty sure you do. Listen, call him. Hey, listen, man. Like Shannon, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like this old Shannon, like this is not you. Like even a friend of his, Deion Sanders. I'm pretty sure Deion Sanders is not fond with everything Shannon Sharp has done.
no.
Pretty sure he's not fond with everything he's done. But
Oh,
as
you
a friend, exactly, as a friend, he walk with him. He can have a conversation with him. He's not gonna let it go public. I'll never see anything that happened, with the Michelle situation, with the OnlyFans girl, with all these other situations that came out with Shannon Sharp. Dion never went and talked about it publicly.
Mm-mm.
Never. He has Shannon's number. So it's the same thing with Ray Lewis, bro. You have his number, bro. Just contact the man. It's the fact that y'all were on a team together y'all won a Super Bowl together. So I don't know. Like, I don't believe that, like you cut him off and that you can never talk to him again. They won a Super Bowl together, yes. Yeah, they won a Super Bowl together.
That last Super Bowl, Ray Lewis and
Not the one in 2012, the first one they won. In the 2000s, the first Super Bowl they won, Shannon Sharp was on that team.
Man, where was I, bro? Where was I? But yeah, I mean, yeah, that situation is unfortunate. I think they will definitely have to give each other a call because that seems like random animosity that we can't pinpoint. And more will come out. So guess what, Soko fam? We're gonna continue to, bring the news to y'all. And that really concludes this episode tonight, bro. Make sure y'all like,
comment,
and subscribe. That's all we ask of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's free.
It's free, exactly. It don't cost nothing. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe right now before I come through there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let it come through that screen. I'm playing.
All right.
Exactly. Don't make me get active now.
Hey. All right now. So until next time, Soko fam.
All right.